after 60, life doesn't end. It goes into a different rhythm. Wise, attentive, aware. But it is at this age that it is more important than ever for us to remember ourselves. About the body, about the soul, about simple habits that every day either give strength or take it away. This video contains 10 warm and practical tips that will help you stay healthy, clear, warm, and joyful. Without morals, without criticism. Only kindness and respect. Go.
Tip 1. Move every day, not fast, but meaningfully. Many older people believe that movement is a sport, and sport is youth, which means it's not for them. But the truth is that movement is not about age, it's about freedom. Age of 60, the body may become less flexible, the joints may become less mobile, and the gait may become slightly slower. But that's exactly the reason not to stop. Physical activity should not be intense. It should be regular and kind to the body. Here's what you can do every day. Take a leisurely walk in the fresh air, even if it's 10 minutes around the house. Do gentle exercises for the neck, arms, and back. Stretch, rotate shoulders or feet. Listen to pleasant music and move to it, even while sitting. Research shows that regular movement improves brain and memory function, reduces the risk of falls and brittle bones, strengthens the heart, supports the immune system, and it even improves mood, reducing the risk of depression. It is not necessary to exercise. It is enough to maintain movement as a habit. Don't ask yourself, how far have I walked? And how did I move today? Even finger movements, head turns, breathing exercises, all this preserves freedom in the body and clarity in the mind. Simple exercise. In the morning, before you get out of bed, do 3 slow circular movements with your feet. Then, with my hands. It will take 1 minute, but it will involve blood flow, joints, and your awareness. The main thing is not speed. The main thing is the rhythm. A rhythm in which your body does not forget that it is alive and necessary. Movement is life, and you deserve to move without pain or haste. Tip 2. Don't eat less, eat better. After the age of 60, many people feel that they need to eat as little as possible. I live quietly, I don't waste much energy, and food is hard to digest. But in fact, the body still needs energy, protein, fiber, and trace elements, just in a different ratio and form. With age, the metabolism is changing. The production of gastric juice decreases. Decreased appetite, sensitivity to certain foods increases. But that's not a reason to starve. It's a reason to rethink the plate. What to add to the diet? More vegetables, especially stewed and boiled ones. They are soft, rich in fiber and vitamins. Soft protein sources, eggs, fish, lean meat, legumes, fermented dairy products, kefir, cottage cheese. Improve the microflora and help to absorb calcium nuts and seeds. A pinch a day. Liquid, water, sugar-free compote, herbal tea. What you should limit. Excess salt increases blood pressure. Sugar loads the pancreas and brain. Fried food. Very hard to chew foods can be replaced with baked mashed ones. A simple menu option for the day. Breakfast, oatmeal with banana and nuts, herbal tea. Lunch, chicken breast, stewed cabbage, some buckwheat dinner, vegetable soup, half an egg, rye bread. Snack, yogurt or kefir with a spoonful of honey. Nutrition is not about restrictions. It's about caring. Don't take away the joy of eating. Food is not just fuel. It's comfort, warmth, and memories. In both 60 and 80 years, food should delight, nourish, and support the body. Eat no less, eat with respect. Tip 3. Protect your sleep. It heals you. Quieter than pills. Sleep often gets worse with age. We fall asleep longer, we wake up more often. It becomes easier to worry at night, and it's harder to feel rested. But it is after the age of 60 that sleep ceases to be just a recovery. It becomes a defender of the brain, immunity, and memory. Why is this important? In a dream, memory is strengthened. The level of inflammation in the body decreases. Brain cells are being renewed. Sugar levels are leveled. The pressure is stabilizing. When we sleep, our body heals us from the inside out. This means that quality sleep is not a luxury, it's a concern. How to improve sleep after 60? Going to bed and getting up at the same time, even on weekends. Turn off the TV and phone 30 minutes before bedtime. Reduce lights and sounds in the evening. Use warm light, a warm bath or shower before bedtime. Comfort, fresh bed, comfortable pillow, ventilated room, tea with chamomile, lemon balm, or warm milk. A short walk in the evening to relieve tension. What prevents sleep? Coffee and black tea after 3 p.m. Long afternoon nap, more than 40 minutes. Arguments, TV, or bedtime news. Heavy food late at night. How do I know that sleep works? You are not broken in the morning. A clear head during the day improves mood and concentration. Anxiety decreases. Less often you want sweets or coffee. Sleep is not a pause, it's a job. This is your inner doctor who works without prescriptions. Allow yourself to fall asleep not from fatigue, but from calmness. Let the night be your ally, not your enemy. Tip 4, communicate. Not out of habit, but out of warmth. Loneliness is one of the quietest and most dangerous enemies after 60. Even if there is a family nearby, even if the phone is full of numbers, a person needs a live contact, a voice, a look, a feeling. I am needed. I am being heard. They are waiting for me. Why is this important? Research shows regular communication reduces the risk of depression, stroke, and even dementia, improves memory and mood, supports the level of hormones of joy, serotonin and oxytocin. But it is important not to talk for the sake of conversation, but to look for real warm contacts. How to fill yourself with communication. Do not call on business, but just to hear the voice. Walk with your neighbor, even if you don't know each other well. Join a club, or group in the area. Write letters and messages. This is also a dialogue. Tell your grandchildren stories. They will remember them for the rest of their lives. What communication gives you? A sense of confidence and need. Support in difficult moments. Motivation to move and take care of yourself. Joy is as simple as a cup of tea with a friend, a small step. Choose one person you haven't talked to in a long time and call them. Don't think too long, just say, I wanted to know how you were. Sometimes this is enough to enliven not only the conversation, but also the soul. Communication is not a conversation. This is a connection. We lose a lot as we age, but as long as there's someone around who listens to us, we're not alone. This means that we live. Tip 5. Train your brain, not for youth, but for clarity. After 60 years, many people notice that it has become more difficult to remember names. Less often they want something new, and attention goes faster. It's natural. But this is not a verdict. The brain, like muscles, needs training. And the older we get, the more grateful he is for every challenge. Why is it important to activate the brain? This reduces the risk of cognitive impairment up to dementia, helps to maintain concentration, improves mood, increases self-esteem, makes life more interesting. What works best? Read aloud or retell what you read. Solve crosswords, Sudoku, logic problems. Learn new things, recipes, facts, even phrases in another language. Learn to use technology, smartphone, apps, YouTube, play board games with friends, keep a diary or write memoirs. The main thing is diversity. The brain doesn't need the same thing, he needs novelty. New music, a new route for a walk, a new dish. All this stimulates the neurons better than pills. How do you understand that the brain is waking up? Are you interested again? The fog in my head goes away. You find the words faster. It becomes easier to plan and solve everyday tasks. Swing a very simple step. Find 5 words that you didn't know and learn them. Remember that. Use it, and your brain will feel it. The brain is not an age, it's a habit of thinking. And while you're interested, you're living, not to be younger, but to be in yourself. Tip 6. Take pauses. Not because you're tired, but because you deserve it. In the hustle and bustle of even an elderly day, it's easy to forget that we're not machines. We need pauses, not only for relaxation, but also for reflection. After 60 years, it is especially important. Reduce the level of internal stress. Be able to slow down. Don't feel guilty for doing nothing. This is not laziness. This is awareness. It's a way to hear yourself. Why is this useful? The level of cortisol, stress hormone, decreases. Blood pressure is returning to normal, improves digestion. It becomes easier to concentrate. The taste of life is returning. What can I do? 5 minutes. Just to sit in silence. Without phone and TV. Take 3 deep breaths through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Turn on some quiet music and just lie down. Look out the window, watching the trees or the sky. Taking a walk without a goal is just like that. Silence is a medicine that has no side effects. You don't have to be helpful, busy, or active all the time. Your body and soul also need kind attention. Zrania simple practice. Every day after lunch, 10 minutes of silence. No tasks, no talking. It's just you and the breath. These 10 minutes can change how you feel for the evening. Rest is not a stop. This is a setup. Don't be afraid to slow down. It is in these pauses that we remember who we are. Tip 7. Self. Care is not for the sake of beauty, but for the sake of respect. Clean hands, fresh clothes, neat nails, combed hair. This is not about appearance. It's about how a person feels inside. With age, many lose motivation to take care of themselves. Why at home anyway? Who's going to see me? I'm not up to it. But it's taking care of ourselves from the outside that affects how we feel inside. Why hygiene is important after 60. Protection from infections and inflammation. Support the health of skin, nails, mouth. Preventing odors and discomfort. Improving self-esteem. The refreshing feeling of I'm fine. Simple steps. Washing with warm water in the morning and evening. Change of clothes. Even if you are at home hand washing after going outside, using the toilet, or eating warm shower at least 2 to 3 times a week. Oral care, brushing teeth, rinsing skin hydration, especially in the cold season. Neatness is not a fashion, it's a concern. You deserve to be clean. You deserve freshness. You deserve your body to feel warm, well-groomed, and protected. A small step. Every morning after washing, brush your hair for 1 minute and look at yourself in the mirror with a smile. You are a lively, wise, and worthy person. Self care is not about others, it's about you. Let your body know that you haven't forgotten about it. Tip 8. Don't be afraid of technology. It can become your allies. Many older people are wary of phones, computers, and the internet. It's for the young. I won't figure it out. I don't need it. But in reality, technology is not the enemy. It is an additional tool for freedom, communication, and even security. Why is this important? Helps you stay in touch with family and friends, provides access to information, videos, articles, and music, teaches new things, trains the brain, helps you order medicines, groceries, and services. It gives you a sense of confidence in a world that is changing rapidly. What can I start doing? Learn how to use WhatsApp, Viber, Telegram for communication. Watch educational videos on YouTube. Read useful articles in the browser. Use video communication to communicate with children and grandchildren. Master voice search. Okay, Google. Record reminders, keep notes on your phone, connect a pedometer, heart rate monitor, or medication reminders. Safety first. Do not share your codes, passwords, or bank card information with anyone. Do not click on suspicious links. Consult with your loved ones if you are not sure. Your wisdom plus modern capabilities equals strength. You have already lived so much, mastered so much, and coped with difficulties. And you will definitely be able to master a smartphone, even if not in a day, but with support and patience. Zrania A small step. Ask your child or grandson to show you one new phone feature, just one. You'll be surprised how quickly it becomes a part of your life. Technology is not a substitute for human warmth, but it is a bridge that connects, and you have the right to walk through it at your own pace and with your own wisdom. Tip 9. Write. Not to be heard, but to understand yourself. Sometimes there is silence in life. The children have grown up, friends call less often, and they look like each other day after day. But it is at this time that a person has a rare opportunity to hear himself. And the best way to do that is to write. Why write after 60? Organizes thoughts, helps to cope with worries and resentments, trains memory, calms you down, allows you to save the experience and pass it on. It can be a diary of feelings and events, recordings of memories, gratitude lists, tips, and observations for grandchildren. Just the lines. How do I feel today? Swing what to write. What do you remember with warmth? What has the past day given you? What are you grateful for? What would you like more in life? What lessons have you learned? Even a few lines a day can change your condition. When you write, you don't lose yourself. You find yourself. Not for the public, not for likes, for the soul. Writing is a conversation with yourself. Honest, kind, healing. Zrania A small step. Get a notebook and write one phrase. Today I feel, and finish this sentence. Make a promise to yourself. Give yourself some silence. Give yourself the right to be heard, at least on paper. You are the whole world, and this world is worth being recorded. Tip 10. Remember that you are still the main character of your story. As we age, the world begins to treat us differently. Someone says, "You're already old." Someone feels sorry. Someone ignores. But you are not an age. You are experience, feelings, dignity, strength, and history. In your 60s, 70s, and 80s, you still have influence, dreams, wisdom. And most importantly, the right to respect. Why is this important? When a person feels valued, they take care of themselves. Self-esteem affects health, immunity, energy. The feeling of "I'm still needed" supports the will to live. What helps you feel important? Share your experience. Tell us. Teach. Get busy, even if it's a small one. Defend your opinion, respectfully but confidently. Participate in family and community life. Don't be afraid to say, "This is important to me." Old age is not the end. This is the mature season of life, the season when you can be yourself without haste. When it's not the roles that matter, but the depth. Not the external luster, but the internal support. A simple reminder. Every morning, look in the mirror and say, I am not an age, I am a value. You are not a statistician. You are not the past. You are a human being. And while you're alive, you're writing a new page. Let her be kind, the real one, yours.